Some acts of kindness disappear almost as quickly as they happen. At least that's what we think. The truth is that they often continue their journey long after we've forgotten them. This is one of those stories. It was a rainy Thursday evening in Lagos. The streets were crowded with office workers trying to beat the traffic before the rain became even heavier. Ethan, 23 years old and only a year into his first corporate job, stepped out of his office carrying the one thing everyone wished they had that evening: an umbrella. As he walked past a small pharmacy, he noticed an elderly woman standing outside. She had pressed herself against the wall, hoping to stay dry, but the wind kept driving the rain towards her. He stopped. "Are you all right, Ma?" She smiled. "I am waiting for the rain to stop." Ethan looked at the rain, then at the umbrella in his hand. "Please take this." She shook her head. "The rain will soon stop and you will get soaked." Ethan smiled. "I'll be all right. I am not going far," he said. Before she could protest again, he placed the umbrella in her hand, wished her a safe journey, and continued walking. By the time he reached home, his clothes were soaked, his shoes were filled with water, and all he wanted was a hot shower. The next morning, he had already forgotten about the umbrella. The elderly woman never did. She often told her son about the young man who chose to walk home in the rain so a stranger wouldn't have to. Not because it was a dramatic story, but because it reminded her that kindness still existed. Over the years, her son heard that story many times. 20 years later, the son is now a senior administrator at a university. One afternoon, a scholarship application landed on his desk. A young woman had earned the grades, passed every requirement, and deserved the opportunity. Yet her application had stalled because one supporting document had been attached to the wrong file. No one had rejected it. No one had noticed the mistake either. He reviewed the file himself. Within minutes, he found the error, corrected it, and the scholarship was approved. A few days later, the young woman's father came to the university to express his gratitude. As they spoke, Ethan's attention drifted to a framed photograph on a bookshelf. It showed an elderly woman sitting on her veranda, smiling warmly. Leaning against her chair was an old umbrella. Ethan smiled. "That's a lovely photograph." The administrator looked over. "My mother." Ethan nodded toward the umbrella. "She kept it?" The administrator laughed softly. "She refused to throw it away. When I was younger, she would tell me about the stranger who gave it to her outside a pharmacy during a storm. She always said he walked away before she could even thank him." Ethan looked at the photograph again. His smile slowly faded into silence. "I haven't thought about that evening in 20 years. The administrator looked at him. "You were the young man." Ethan nodded gently. "I suppose I was." Neither of them spoke for a moment. One umbrella, one walk home in the rain, one ordinary act of kindness. Ethan forgot it by the next morning. The woman remembered it for 20 years. Kindness has a longer memory than the person who gives it. The smallest thing you do today may become a story someone carries for the rest of their life, shaping conversations, changing perspectives, and reminding people that goodness still exists. If this story reminded you of someone, send it to them. You may never know how far one quiet act of kindness has traveled. Subscribe and turn on notifications for episode 3, where we'll explore a simple question that many people have stopped asking. Do good people still exist?